Hello everybody, Rikuto here, giving you a full guide on every known tradition and holidays in the My Little Pony universe, an exception of fan-created holidays such as Harvest Day representing Thanksgiving, or Brony Day, the day or the year when a male fan club has erupted. We'll only be looking at Generation 4, Friendship is Magic, with the help from the Gameloft Magic Princess mobile game. Although the anime series is not connected to any of the video games, but I do believe that it deserves a spotlight for this video as it will be helpful for this guide. Since World of My Little Pony shares the same calendar dates as we do in reality, I will be mentioning the dates for each and every tradition along with a backstory explaining the origin behind these holidays. Although, just a disclaimer here, I can't guarantee that any of these are accurate, so be sure to mark your calendars, sit back, relax, and let's begin. February 14th, Hearts and Hooves Day. This holiday represents love and affection for a very special Sun Pony. In addition, whoever admires you the most is likely expected a gift from some pony that really likes you. Although this tradition has no significant origin, however, I like to think that this idea came from Valentine's Day. St. Patrick's Day. As I mentioned from the beginning of the video, the Magic Princess game also happens to celebrate holidays of its own, which technically does not revolve around My Little Pony. However, the idea of this tradition is that some characters represent St. Patrick's Day, such as Lucky Clover and Mr. Breezy, in addition to some decorations has been implemented into the game. March 20th, Winter Wrap-Up. Now for this annual event is slightly complex to understand, but for those who don't know, this holiday is the opening season of spring, although spring usually starts on the 19th, 20th, or 21st of March, depending on the region and the year it is being taken place. In the animated series, we see the characters wrap up the snow and prepare for spring, hence the name it was given. March 26th, the Crystaling. In this tradition, the crystal ponies come together when a couple have a newborn foal. The parents are responsible for collecting the light and love to its designated crystaller. In this case, with enough pure love, then the crystal heart artifact gets stronger. Now the date I selected for this holiday is on the exact date when the two-part premiere aired on television, since it does not have an actual date to celebrate this tradition. But I am to believe that any pony born in the Crystal Empire is expected to gain love from the crystal ponies, and not just the Empire. April 2nd, Pie Sisters Surprise Swap Day, or PSST. This tradition is held every once a year, where Pinkie and Maud dynamically select a place in a question to surprise each other by swapping gifts, hence the name. Although the episode, The Gift of the Maud Pie, does not ever mention when it is celebrated, in my case the tradition would have to be celebrated on the day the episode was aired, on the 2nd of April. April 4th, Bunny Day. Yes, this is a holiday. Every year on the first Sunday of April, ponies celebrate by searching for eggs, or as we prefer to call it, Easter in real life. This only appears in the My Little Pony mobile game, Magic Princess, where new decorations is implemented into the game, along with some new characters added. However, this tradition only lasts for a couple days before it is removed from the game entirely. May 6th, Grand Galloping Gala. This tradition requires you to dress up nicely and have a party in Canterlot, in which this was the celebration when the first season has been fully completed. Although it's not technically necessary to arrive at Canterlot, but anywhere fancy or royalty where you can party. The idea that the creators brought this comes from another real-life tradition from the 12th century of France. In Latin, it is called Baliar, or a royal ball. June 20th, Summer Sun Celebration. This national holiday appears every once a year, or usually on the 20th of June, initially when summer begins. It is also the day when Princess Celestia defeated her youngest sister, Princess Luna. However, in the Season 4 premiere Princess Twice Sparkle, Celestia redacts by saying it is the celebration when she reunites with her sister. October 31st, Nightmare Night. This holiday is not the celebration of Luna's banishment, but rather a tradition to honor Princess Luna's beautiful night, in which the characters would come outside dressed in costumes to be given some candy. Although there has been rumors that Nightmare Night occurs a few days before Halloween, however, since Nightmare Night best represents that holiday, I would strongly have to argue that it belongs on the 31st of October. November 5th. Sister Hooves Social. In the middle of the fall, ponies have a tradition where the eldest sister and the youngest bond together in a festival. Despite the fact that Sister Hooves Social episode was aired on November 5th, it would make sense that this national holiday would occur in the fall, considering how Thanksgiving is taking place. November 10th, Crystal Fair. The Crystal Ponies celebrate love and unity, which is held every once a year in the Crystal Empire. They have jousting matches, games, and a whole lot of fun. So this must be the second oldest holiday, considering that King Summer put a curse on the Crystal Empire, in which the Empire disappeared until 1,000 years prior before Luna's banishment. Since there is no exact date when this holiday occurs, just with the other holidays I mentioned before, I'm going to assume that this tradition happens on the 10th of November, just as the two-part premiere aired. December 25th, Hearthswarming. This national holiday occurs every once a year where ponies get together and share gifts, perhaps the very first holiday that was invented in the series. It is also when Equestria was founded, and the three tribes came together to make the Wendigos disappear. It's pretty clear that this holiday occurs on the 25th of December, since it obviously best represents Christmas, except that they don't celebrate the birth of Jesus. In many cultures and religions, Christmas is the joy of giving and the birth of Christ. That is all for this video. If I missed anything, I'll save it for a part 2, and since I didn't cover the birthdays of the characters, I'll be making a separate video for that topic. It would make this video very long and I don't want to confuse people with holidays and birthdays. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Rukiyoto, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.